All the major parties agree that development, and in particular increased house building, is vital to the UK economy. In fact, it's hard to put a cigarette paper between the different parties. In the past 5 years, the Conservatives have introduced a number of measures designed to reduce red tape in the planning system and encourage more buyers into the marketplace. Conservatives see housing as a key driver to economic activity and reducing the deficit. It appears that Labour are placing less emphasis on overall numbers and more on levels of affordable housing. They've said they won't bring back regional spatial strategies, but we may see an expansion of city regions and planning powers which cross borders. The Lib Dems, meanwhile, have a target of 300,000 homes per year, and their stated objective is to address social inequality and stimulate the economy. However, at MPC we know from our experience that the reality on the ground is very different, especially in the run-up to a general election. It appears increasingly that in order to appeal to voters, candidates will offer their support to anti-development campaigns. The resurgence of smaller parties, especially UKIP, is muddying the waters even more in several key marginals. UKIP haven't quite drafted their manifesto yet, but they are largely anti-new housing, often arguing that a reduction in immigration would solve the UK housing crisis. The main parties might dispute this, but in tight races, having to combat this rhetoric can pull candidates into a contest to be the most anti-development. So what do developers need to do? 3 things. First, know your candidates. Make sure you're up to speed on who's fighting which elections in the areas you cover. Second, talk to candidates. Find out what their views are and hold them to account about sticking to their party's policies on development. And finally, seek advice if you need to.